Hi guys, it's Beth, and I am back today with a super quick project share of some little random projects I've made, still using this fall and Halloween stack from Die Cuts with a View that I'm currently still trying to kill off. But these are some projects that I've done just using the scraps or with some of the papers that I came across when I was doing my cards. But the first project is this cute, simple little pumpkin banner. And this was a silhouette file that I ran across when I was looking for some other, sentiment images and die cuts that I could use in this project. And so I just cut out 8 pumpkin panels, and each panel is about 5 inches around. And then it just uses one patterned or one paper oval as the color on the center of the pumpkin. So like I said, I cut out 8 pumpkins out of craft cardstock, and then went through my scraps of the fall colors and came up with 8 pieces of scraps that would fit the oval and cut those out. So once I put them on, it still looked a little plain, so I just went back in with my black marker and added some faux stitching and then ran my orange and white twine through. And this was super quick and super simple since the silhouette did most of it for me. But I'm excited because a lot of the block sets that I made earlier in this series, some of which I'm using for my own decorations, coordinate with these colors. So like on my mantle, I can hang this pumpkin banner from the underside of the mantle and then have my blocks on my mantle, and I have a coordinated, decorating vignette, I guess you can call it. So excited about that. Another project I did when I was going through my Halloween paper and doing the Halloween cards is there was this candy corn pattern and then this paper shred with the black, orange, and white paper shred pattern, like with some confetti thrown in there, I think. And I thought those would be cute treat bags. So again, I used a silhouette file, which made it super easy because not only does it cut the treat bag, and it did this pinked edge up here at the top, but it also scores your fold lines, and so it makes it really easy to put together. And I just did some score tape on my flaps on the inside to hold it all together. But the candy corn one is about 4 inches wide, 5 inches tall. And then this Tricks and Treats sentiment is from my silhouette that I sized down, and I added this little dotted border, and I sized it down to fit a 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and then printed it out, punched it out, and then added a 2-inch scalloped circle behind it just so it would stand out. But on these bigger ones, I could fit 2 per 12 by 12 inch paper, and so I cut 6 out because there's 3 patterns of each paper, so I got 6 of the bigger ones. These little guys are about 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, which I know isn't very big, but you could still fit like 3 or 4 Smarties in there, or a snack size candy bar, or something else that I like to do is Wendy's sometimes in the fall will offer coupon books that have coupons for free Frosties. And so we have a Halloween party every year, and I'd like to give those away instead of just giving out candy and trinkets to all the kids, so that would also fit in here. But I used that same Tricks and Treats sentiment again, same size, and these were smaller, and so I could fit 4 per 12 by 12 page, so I have a total of 12 of these little ones. Something else that was quick and easy were these hot cocoa, hot cider pockets, and I like to offer these at our craft shows just for something small, like a smaller dollar item that people can grab or that kids can buy. And I don't necessarily put a whole lot of detail or time into them, so I can sell them rather cheaply. I usually sell them for like $1.50 a piece or 2 for $2, and people normally grab them by the handful because it's something quick and easy to give out to coworkers, or kids can give out to their friends. But on this one, I used this brown and dark red herringbone pattern, and I just used an envelope, and it's a kind of an odd size envelope. It's not A2, it's like only 4 1/8 inch across. And so I sealed it up and then cut it off at about 4 inches to act as my pocket. And then I cut pattern paper pieces to go, like one on the back and one on the front. And then I just added a strip of paper like to go across the center to anchor it. And then I have a stamped sentiment, which is from this Newton's Nook stamp set, Falling for You. But it says, every year I fall for autumn leaves, apple cider, hay rides, pumpkin spice, and you. So I thought that was appropriate for a cider packet. And then normally before the craft show, if I do cider, I would also stick in a cinnamon stick. So I will get those closer to the time. And this was just a cider packet that I had left in my pantry, so I need to order some more of those as well. But I also did this version, same way with the envelope, pattern paper on the back and the front. I just have like an orange strip going across with this one. And this sentiment, it says Happy Fall, and I print and cut that from my silhouette. Backed it on some more of that dark red cardstock, and then these brown leaves are just some cardstock die cuts that I had in my stash. And this time I used just a hot cocoa packet that we had in our pantry for an example, and an old candy cane as well. For the hot cocoa, a lot of times I will stick in a candy cane, which I will need to refresh for this fall as well. And once I'm all done with these, and before I put them in the sale, I do put them in these clear bags just so that they're all sealed up and stay together. I also did some 3x4-inch journaling cards, and I backed them all on cardstock because this paper was pretty thin, and so I needed to have some strength and weight to it, some stability. So this orange grid was part of the paper pack, and then I just added a tree image from one of my Halloween sets. Just thought it was a good size and a good background image. And this Happy Halloween strip down here is actually it's the tear-off strip from Echo Park, some old Echo Park paper that I had used up a while back, and decided to fussy cut that out and hold on to it just in case I could use those in the future, and I did find a use. It was just the perfect size for these cards, and I liked the pop of color that the green gave to the orange. So luckily I had 3 of them. And I make these in 3s because I have 2 daughters, and when we have an event that includes all 3 of us, I will just make 3 sets of pages so that we can each have our own set and our own albums. So I made these in sets of 3 as well. This one is just a neutral, generic themed set, and I did it on craft cardstock, and in this case I rounded the edges of both the pattern paper and the cardstock. This ledger paper is like a very subtle turquoise color in it, so that would be good for, you know, journaling on. But I stamped Moments to Remember and this polka dot banner from a planner set that I just got it at Michael's a few weeks ago on clearance score. And then I fussy cut those out. And then the last that I have, I did on green cardstock, and this time I used the stub corner punch on the pattern paper, and then I just rounded the corners of the cardstock, then added patterned fishtail banner here, and then the little half circle and yellow polka dots to kind of lighten it up a little bit. And then I stamped Just a Note on my green cardstock banner there, and Just a Note is from this General Sentiment stamp set from Hero Arts. It's CL342. I've had this one for a long time, and I've gotten a lot of use out of it because it has so many good sentiments on it. And then my last project was the easiest, but when I was going through my Halloween scraps, I had some strips that were about 1.5 inches wide, which is just the right width for my Happy Planner weekly page boxes. So I just cut them down to 3.5 or 2.5 inches tall, because the boxes for the weekly pages are 1.5 by 2.5. Cut them down, and now come the week of Halloween, all I have to do is add some glue to the back and I can decorate up my planner pages. So if you need a really quick way to use your scraps and you don't want to have to go through a lot of effort, this is the way to do it. So anyway, hopefully you guys got some good and useful ideas or inspiration out of this quick video on how to use up some of your scraps that you have, or if you're killing a pad, you know, ways to use up the scraps from that. So if you got some ideas, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, go back and watch last week's video where I did my Halloween card project share, I will either link that in the description below or as a card at the end of this video, because in that video I talk about my 500 subscriber giveaway, and there was 1 week left to enter that. The giveaway actually ends on September 20th, and so that's next Thursday, when I will also release my fall card project share. I will announce the winner to my giveaway at that time. Like I said, I have the fall card project share, and then I'm still trying to finish off the fall cards because this paper has been never ending. So I've gotten a lot of cards so far. I still have a lot to go. We'll share those and then hopefully do a whole Kilopad project wrap up after that. I have to get this pad wrapped up because I need to start Christmas. I'm already behind on Christmas projects. So, but I thank you guys for your time today. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so, because there are definitely more ideas to come. But I thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye for now.